So good afternoon, fellow ticket holders. We are back at Knoebels for the beginning of the season. We are here specifically to do what is behind us, the Haunted Mansion. This year it is celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Happy birthday!
And so we are going to do everything that is currently available dealing with the Haunted Mansion. So we're going to ride the ride, we're going to check out the merchandise, we're going to check out the food, anything that's currently available, we are going to do it. So let's go be spooky, which is almost halfway to Halloween. Everybody's celebrating right now. But yeah, let's go be spooky today here at Knoebels. The former owner of this mansion, Ishmael Heppel, had purchased and renovated the mansion as a wedding gift to his bride, Ruth. Ishmael was an explorer, spending most of his time searching for the fabled treasures of Olgratha. The treasure, a bronze idol, was said to be evil, and that whomever disturbs the treasure shall be forever cursed. Returning home for his wedding with treasure in hand, Ishmael unleashed the curse that still looms over the mansion today. It is said that Ishmael Heppel was heard running and screaming through the home the night of his wedding, never to be seen or heard from again. All things in the mansion are now under the spell of the curse, but two residents, the wizard of the library and the quirky scientist that runs the laboratory, still have hope to find the answer. Will there ever be a way to lift the curse? Only Ishmael Heppel knows, and his spirit is trapped within the walls of the mansion forever. Alright, so we just did our first 2 rides on the Haunted Mansion for this new season at Knoebels, and what an amazing ride it still is. One of our favorite dark rides. As you might have noticed, are some new scenes in the ride this year.
They did such a good job.
Yeah. So first off, from what I can remember off the top of my head, in the attic scene, what's new is in the corner, there's a hornet's nest with hornets when it's going around and around.
Or wasps, it could be wasps. We don't know what they are, but they're like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then they have that new mirror, hallway effect with the skulls going up and down and everything. Really like that. That's a cool addition.
Really cool. They also have the birthday cake in the front. They have it decorated for 50 years.
And so we are just happy that we were able to be here on opening day to check that out. But as I said in the intro, we are going to check everything else out that is Haunted Mansion themed today. So we're going to go see if we can find the food and the merchandise and everything else today. And as you get off the ride this year, there is this hearse. And right here's our photo from the ride. We are very surprised. It's not really showing up. But how cool is that to have the photo this year? And if you would like a copy of that photo, all you really need to know is the number, which is at the bottom of the photo, approximate time, and you can get that by this little clock up here, and just go over to the souvenir photo stand and they will look it up and you'll be able to purchase it. And as we head out from the Haunted Mansion area here, we want to say hi to Roadside Explorers. If you see this video, we actually got behind them in line and chatted with them a little bit. So yeah, it was nice to meet you. So go check them out. I will put their information down below. So our first food item for the celebration of the 50th anniversary in the Haunted Mansion brings us here to the International Food Court. And from the International Food Court, we have what is called the Franken chicken sandwich, which is chicken on the bottom there with American cheese, bacon, ranch, and pickles, lettuce and tomato on a bun.
Looks good. It's a solid chicken sandwich. It's really good. It hits the spot. And the dill ranch, if it's dill ranch, complements the bacon and the chicken, and the bun is nice and fresh. Really good choice here.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely a solid sandwich, as we have come to love the Knoebels food. The chicken is nice and juicy and tender. The bacon could be a little bit crispier, but that's okay. The ranch is, like Vanessa said, we think it's a dill ranch. It really complements it, especially then with the extra pickles on top. Really like this. Definitely a solid start to our food crawl today for the 50th anniversary. So our second food item for the 50th anniversary brings us here to the Old Mill Shake Shack. And one thing to note real quick is that the Shake Shack is not the same as the Old Mill. They're actually right across from each other. So if you're looking for the shack, it's right here. Make sure you go there for the milkshake. And that item that we picked up at the Old Mill Shake Shack is the Skull and Bones. This is dark chocolate raspberry milkshake topped with raspberry puree and bone sprinkles. And also comes in this cool skull souvenir cup. Gotta give it the old mixeroo to try to get the raspberry down inside. Looks thick.
Oh, it is so good. You get a hint of raspberry, the dark chocolate. Oh, so good.
So this will be our first time having a milkshake here at Knoebels, and definitely a spooky one to start out with. Oh my gosh, that is really good. Really chocolatey ice cream. That little hint of the raspberry from the puree. I'm not a fan of the crispy little sugar bone sprinkles on top, but that's okay. Overall, a really excellent milkshake. Alright, so we have had 2 solid options so far for the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion, but I think we're going to need to take a rest from eating right now. So we're going to go over to the shirt shop, I think is what it's called, and check out some of the merchandise. Yeah, right here. It's called the Shirt and Apparel Shop. It is right next to the Carousel Museum, and they say that this is one of 2 stores that has the merchandise. So let's go inside and see what they have. And as we enter the store, we see these cool glow-in-the-dark t-shirts. It shows the front of the Haunted Mansion with its sign, and it comes in 2 different colors. On the next rack, we have some t-shirts as well, and these are actually tie-dyed with the 50th anniversary logo right on the chest. And on the back, we have Knoebels Haunted Mansion written at the top with a skeleton organ player and some Vinnies. And if you are into long sleeve t-shirts, they also have this in the tie-dyed design. Finally, if you are a hoodie person, they have you covered with this same design. Now, not specifically for the 50th anniversary, they do have these other tie-dyed t-shirts and long sleeve t-shirts. They also have that design in a tie-dyed hoodie if you are a hoodie person. And finally, they have this same design for the kiddos. But going back to the 50th anniversary stuff, we do have long sleeve t-shirts in solid colors and short sleeve t-shirt in a heather color, and that has that logo on the back with the organ player, and it also has the 50th anniversary logo on the chest with the logo on the back. Moving on, we also have these really cool travel coffee mugs. We have genuine slate refrigerator magnets, a really neat sparkly foil sticker with the logo, a pressed penny collector's album with 1 penny included, and finally going back to the apparel real quick, if you needed the extended sizes like 3, 4, and 5X, they have you covered as well. And that was all the cool merchandise that was into the shirts and apparel shop so far. That was more than I expected to be in there.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be more coming throughout the season.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty shelfage, so that was cool. But on our way out, we will check out the other merchandise stand out front at the rental center and see what they have, see if they have anything different. All right, so we are back for our next food item, and it is here at the rib shop / potato stand. And this next item is called the rib cage sandwich, which is 2 ribbicues with cheese, jalapenos, French fried onion straws, served open face on a Kaiser roll. This thing is massive. This is definitely something that could be shared. Could probably just put it 2 by 2 on each piece of roll and share it with somebody, but definitely interested in trying it. And with as massive as this is, I think the only way to eat it is with fork and knife. So here's a quick cross section. I'm gonna guess this might be very similar to those McRib sandwiches, and I haven't had those in a long time from McDonald's. Do they still do those? I think they do from time to time. Okay, so I know a lot of people don't like the McRib or any type of like meat patties like this. That is basically what it is. It's pretty good. Luckily they are using Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, which is our favorite, or at least my favorite barbecue sauce. The jalapenos make it a little bit spicy. You have the cheese sauce on top. You do have a texture of crunch with the onion straws. Pretty good, but I think there's definitely a lot of food here. Definitely good for 2 people or if you come very hungry. All right, so my final thoughts on the rib cage sandwich. It was okay. The barbecue sauce really overpowers the meat. The French fried onions were a little bit too salty. I didn't realize that until I got into them. And of course, jalapenos are a little bit too hot. They add that heat if you like that. But it's not our favorite item so far. I think I like the chicken sandwich a little bit better. But definitely still a solid option for the anniversary. So there is another item here right by the Haunted Mansion at our favorite Dippin' Dots stand. They have an anniversary cup. This anniversary cup from this picture looks very similar to that coffee cup that was into the gift shop. They say right now it's not currently available, but should be available by next week. All right, so our next to last option for food that celebrates the 50th is here at Casa de Refrescos. Okay, Nick sat on the candy corn from there. They say they haven't seen it yet, and neither did the place across from it, and they said to go check out the Stony Gables. So we'll check to see if they have the popcorn. If not, I'm gonna assume that they'll eventually have it later in the season with some of the other stuff. And the last advertised item will come from here at the Alamo counter. And this last advertised item is the Hippo hot dog. It has chili, cheese, jalapeno peppers, and ranch. I wonder if it's that dill ranch like it was on the chicken sandwich, though I don't see any dill speckles, so maybe not. But this definitely looks interesting. Alright, so I just took a bite of this Hippo hot dog, and it is actually really good. It is definitely higher ranking on my list for today over the rib sandwich. The chili is really good. It's a hot dog chili, so it doesn't have beans in it. White American cheese sauce. Don't really taste the ranch, but I'm pretty sure it's there, kind of cooling down the jalapeno spiciness. So definitely a thumbs up for the hot dog. So before we head out and check out the last merchandise stand, we will step in here to Stony Gables and we'll see if they have that candy corn popcorn, and they're also supposed to have a special fudge that we can check out. And the special fudge is called Haunted Graveyard, which actually is a combination of orange and chocolate fudge covered in spooky sprinkles with bones and coffins. And Vanessa will give that fudge a try real quick. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. Look how cute the little sprinkles are. Adorable. And they have little like crumbs like to make it look like it's dirt. Yeah. All right, so this is orange chocolate like you had said. Let's take a little bite. Get a little both of the orange and the chocolate. Orange and chocolate. There you have it. That's all it is. It's really good. And it's all homemade here at Knoebels.
The aesthetic of the little decorations on top makes it a great snack for the Haunted Mansion's 50th anniversary.
And Stony Gables did not have the candy corn popcorn, so as of right now, as far as we can tell, it is not ready for this season just yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be out soon. So the other merchandise location that's selling 50th anniversary stuff should be here at the rental store. We'll see if there's anything new here. So it looks like they have the coffee cup, the penny press book, the foil sticker, and it looks like that's all the merchandise they have at the rental store. The things that we are missing is a hat, a blanket, also supposed to have a ceramic coffee cup, and that store also didn't even have the shirts that the other store had. But it's really cool to see it. They have this special 50th anniversary merchandise celebrating the Haunted Mansion this year. And before we head out today, there is one more thing that we need to try to do. They do have a scavenger hunt for the 50th anniversaries, and what we're trying to find is a wooden cutout of Vinny, the vulture, who is outside the Haunted Mansion on top of the sign. So they do have a whole bunch of these. They have actually 13 scattered throughout the park, and we'll see if we can at least find one before we head out today. All right, so we just did a full circle and in the middle of the park, and we did not see any Vinnies. So I will put a picture of it right here so you can see what they're supposed to look like. Again, there's supposed to be 13 of them throughout the park through the season, so unless we're blind, they're not out yet. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for them the next time we are here. And if you come, be sure to do the scavenger hunt. Sounds like a fun time. And as we were about to just head out and finish this video for the day, we actually did run into one of the Vinnies. It's right here in plain sight, just the same color as the fence. So these are what you're looking for when you're trying to find 12 more, total of 13 of these throughout the park. And with finding Vinny, that will conclude our video. I'm glad we were able to actually see one. If they are hidden like that in plain sight everywhere else, they are definitely hard to find. But yeah, we had a great day here at Knoebels as always. Lots of good food, some that we liked, some that we didn't like as much, but definitely everything is super good.
Yeah, loving the themed items for the 50th anniversary for Haunted Mansion.
And the actual ride itself, all the cool new scenes.
And apparently some old scenes are back too for fan favorites.
Which we didn't know. A lot of the stuff that's new to us is actually, some of it's returning, like the skull scene we just learned about. But yeah, we are excited that it always keeps changing in the house. So that is a good thing for us to keep coming back to do. We also want to thank Knoebels and Stacy from the PR department for our wristbands.
Thank you.
That gave us the chance to go ride the coasters before we are leaving today. So we want to thank them. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.